You actually smiled when you saw her, and she was literally in the next room. Love it. Relationship goals. Hashtag relationship goals.
Well, 24 years this year. Yep.
24 years.
That is impressive.
Yeah. Yeah, this November, it'll be 24 years, yeah.
Oh my gosh. That's amazing.
I know. I am so old.
Here you are.
And here I am.
Oh my gosh. 24
Here we
years
are.
out here in these streets. One. Y'all like each other, still smiling when y'all see each other. That's cute.
Isn't that nice?
Isn't that nice?
It's a show we put on for other people.
Oh, well, at least you know how to play nice in front of people.
Yeah. We've been, 24 years of training. We can pretty much fool anyone we want. We've got it down. We know what we're doing. Yeah.
You guys convinced me.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, hey guys, we are back.
Hey everybody.
For tuning in to another Slanted Brow show. This is number 54. We're getting up there, man.
Yeah.
Man.
Don't look our age at all.
At all. They say most podcasts die after like age 5 weeks.
Really?
I just made that up. It just
I
sounds.
was going to say, wow, I'm impressed, y'all. We didn't make it. And it was all a lie.
Well, we should just say that, and we base that off absolutely nothing, but this is what we feel.
Trump
This is
4 years, why can't we?
Facts.
Yeah.
Alternative facts. That's what we claim it as.
Here's an alternative fact. Most all podcasts, except for ours, only last 5 weeks.
Most all podcasts? Pretty much.
Most every single one of them.
Hey, Jason, thank you. That was
Jason.
That's some love.
If you guys are watching, thank you guys very much. Leave a comment. Let us know that you are watching. We would love to give you guys a shout out as we did here with Jason Young. And also toward the end of the show, we want to hear from you guys. And we're just going to have that floor just open wide up and whatever you guys want to talk about. And of course, we will be monitoring. If we have the time, we'll go ahead and discuss those things with you. Sounds good, folks?
Oh, thank you, Mr. William Alexander. I stand corrected.
Fact check.
It's actually 6.5.
Thank you for that information.
Wow.
So
thank you very much, Alexander, for that. So let's not waste any more time. Let's go ahead and just jump into our regular, what's been good.
What's been good? We need some what's been good music.
Hold on, let me see what I got here. Some
what's been good?
Nope, Chris. Nope, not the game.
What's been good?
There it is. That's what's been good music. All right.
I think I can feel that. Yeah, but don't play too much of it before we get put in Facebook jail again. I was not. I didn't appreciate that.
We weren't in jail. We just had to delete ourselves.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Right. But anyway,
I wasn't on that episode. But anyway, where we?
That's right. You were unscathed.
Clearly not your fault. But Tina, ladies first. You know how we always do. What's been good?
I know. But
yeah, just always throw me under the bus first. Well, what's been good? What's been good? I will say this briefly. Week before last, and again this week, I had the opportunity to kind of coach. I say that very loosely because it was a coachable moment, but it was international clients, guys.
Oh yeah, that's right.
International members, and it was such a great moment to be able to do just like what I'm created to do, but then also see how God is just like blessing things to just expand beyond what I even saw or thought. So yeah, it was an incredible moment. To be trusted and to be sought out for, just what God put in me. So I just thought that was amazing. And I'm still kind of like reeling from that moment. So, yeah.
That's nice. So, Chris.
Awesome.
Chris.
What's been good? You know what? My summer's been real good so far.
Nice.
I've had a great summer so far. I don't know, any of you that keep up with the show know, I landed a new job at the beginning of summer. The boy is like going to brand new acting classes again this summer. Loving it. Loving every second of it. Yeah. Nice. You know what? I just really got to give a shout out to this summer.
This summer. All right.
Summer 2021 has been good to Chris.
It has a lot better than last summer.
Yeah.
Which
I know what you did last summer can stay back there.
I heard last summer was not good for a lot of folks.
It wasn't.
I mean,
it sucked.
I was cool in my United States of Shekinah. We made it happen indoors. You hear me?
Yeah. Yeah. But let's say we all have to admit it had us all locked down. Like it wasn't your regular.
No.
It wasn't our regular summer.
No.
Yeah. So for me, my what's been good. I actually was able to find a location today for my short film that I am filming on the 17th. That is called Super Just Super. And I am Super Just Super.
Okay.
Just Super.
Just Super.
Super Just Super.
Yeah. So I'm really excited about that. That came along about maybe a couple months ago.
Okay.
And now it's here. And so I'm looking forward to wrapping things up with the superhero outfit that Alicia Lee is working on.
Nice.
And it's coming along like really, really well. I can't wait for you guys to see the finished product. It's going to be super dope. Yes, Tina.
Are you the superhero that's going to be wearing the costume?
No, I'm not.
Oh.
Why say
because I was just hoping that you were going to just okay. All right.
Can I say something about your short film?
Yeah, please.
I'm a bad guy in it.
He is.
I'm a bad guy.
Hold on. Wait a minute.
I am.
Wait a minute.
That's because I always get cast.
Hold on. Wait.
As a bad guy.
Is this family business? Like I should wait till we get to the green room to have this conversation, or should I have this in front of company? Because how did you write Chris in and didn't think about your girl? That's okay. What's been good? Next topic.
Hold on. Wait a second. Wait. Before you try to throw me under the bus, go and check your messages. Go check your messages because I did send you a message.
We're gonna act right in front of company. That's okay. Y'all trying to Destiny Child me. That's what y'all trying to do.
No, I actually
got down to 3 and then they just got, it's okay.
I actually don't. Well, and I don't know. I don't know if this makes it worse for Bernard or not, but there are actually no female bad guys in it.
I don't want to be a bad guy.
There's one.
Is there one?
There's one. Her name is Julia. I can't remember her last name, but she surprised me and was like, "Hey, I would like to be a stunt performer." I was like, "Okay, great. Let's put you in there." So she has a critical role in the fight scene right along with Chris. And then there's another guy that's in there. But Kena, since you want to know, you want to know what your role is that I
No, I don't at all.
Wow.
Yeah.
The shade.
No, there's no shade. Just watch me slant my brow.
This is a slanted brow show.
This is a slanted brow show.
It's quite all right. Moving on. Next topic.
Yeah. So last week, the past couple of weeks, we've been talking about the whole banning of the critical race theory, and we've been diving into that from several angles. And so now that we are all here, this is the reason why it got stretched out so long, is because we weren't all together at once. So, Chris.
Hi.
You go ahead and just wrap it up, summarize it, and give us your final thoughts on critical race theory and where you think how or why it's important or why it's not important to the future of the United States.
I would love to. So again, for any of you that watch our show regularly, you know that the show before last, we had to delete it. We got into some copyright issues, but that was also the episode where we started talking about critical race theory, and Bernard and I went on and on and on. But y'all didn't get to see that because we infringed on somebody else's copyrights doing something else, and we had to delete ourselves out. I've talked about this a little bit also on social media with people, whether they like what I have to say or not. I'm looking at the critical race theory as a history teacher. I used to adjunct over at Northern Kentucky University. And one of the things that I would always say, and I'm going to tell you what I told my students, and then I'm going to back up a little bit and explain what I mean by that. I always used to tell my students that as historians, they have to remember that they're not pundits. So I'm sure they do have an opinion on a historical thing, but that's not really their job. Their job is to actually teach historical facts, get the actual real history out to the public. Teach people. That old adage, you're doomed to repeat yourself if you don't learn from your history. Well, that's what historians and museums are here to help you with. We're here to do that. Now, that being said, I never actually thought about critical race theory as anything separate from social history. That is exactly what it is. A couple of weeks ago, my wife and I were talking about it. She used this example. I've seen the example used many times on the internet now of the two soldiers coming home from World War II. And you guys have probably seen that used as an example. The two GIs, one is a white man, the other one is a black man. So the white man is promised, housing or a home. He's promised, a job, money to secure for the future for his kids. The black man comes home and is promised those things, but given probably an eighth of what the white man is given. Now, is that an issue? Yep. Is that a social problem? Yes, it most certainly is. That makes it social history. You can't teach history without teaching the whole picture. And the whole picture involves every aspect of it, whether it's material culture or political history or gender-based history, or what we're really talking about here is social history, how one race treats another race in any given time span in history. That's social history, and you can't escape it. You just can't. Now, to say that you can't teach those kinds of things would actually run me out of the classroom, because I can't teach history without having to look at social history. It's just part of it. It's not that I'm meaning to do it for any wrong or bad reason. I do it because, like I said earlier, I'm not a pundit, I'm a historian. So my job isn't to give you an opinion on anything. My job is to give you facts. My job is to teach you what actually happened. Now, if you don't like it, well, I'm really sorry. But that's your problem, and it's not mine. And it's not history's problem either. And it shouldn't be our educational system's problem either. Because what happens here is when people are telling the teachers that they're not allowed to teach an actual aspect of history that is real, then we're just, and I know I said this a lot last summer, but here we go again. We're working really hard to keep a lot of people as less intelligent as we can by giving them less and less and less and less information. And that's, what was it you told me a couple of weeks ago, Bernard? You said that there was a hefty fine. Like if somebody reported me, like if I happen to be teaching the interpretation of, okay, let's go. Actually, I taught a living history museum class. We actually discussed this. There's a plantation historic site. They still have the slave quarters still there, and you can go in and you can see them. Now, the way that they interpret it is wonderful. They actually give the whole story. They don't try to gloss over it. They don't try to go, well, let's just forget about that. No, they do a great job. But let's say that I was going to teach what it was that a historic site in the South, mind you, is already interpreting. Well, gosh, if somebody reported me, that means I end up with a hefty personal fine and I get kicked out of the university for having done so. Now, does this sound right to anybody? No, it really shouldn't. It shouldn't. What I just said should not sound right to one person out there. And if it does, you really need to rethink why. Why does that not sound right? What are you afraid of by having our youth learn actual history as they grow up? There's nothing about critical race theory that really should have been taught already at any level, at any level of history. I can say from my background, I don't know what classes you guys took when you were young and in school. But I know we didn't really talk about that kind of thing. I actually learned more about that just on my own. On my own through documentary, and then especially when you leave your school and then you go off somewhere else, you go to wherever it is you're going next to, a university, a community college, but you're exposing yourself to a whole bunch of new ideas and new people, and this is when you learn. And boy, that's just really what a lot of people would like to keep you from doing.
Yeah,
because the less intelligent you are, the less of a threat you are.
Exactly. The easier you are to control.
Yep. And as long as we can keep people of any race, I think we saw a lot of people last year. But you have any of them. If the more we keep from them, the less intelligent we can make people, the less of a danger they are to other people. And that's my thought on it.
I think that was well said, Chris. And I like how you stuck to the facts and not, become emotional like I did. I was rather emotionally charged because we had an interesting comment in the thread, but I appreciate your sober explanation of why it is critical that we keep it as part of our history. So thank you for that.
Well, it's not just critical because it's a part of our history. It is our history.
Correct.
You teach history, you got to teach it.
Correct.
It's in there. You don't teach it, you're not teaching it.
Choosing. I know some people would be like, we're just going to omit this because this is favorable for me, or let's omit this part, And if we're going to do that, then let's just do it across the board.
Somebody, a friend of mine who works at a museum out west, posted a meme that said, when you study history, you'll feel uncomfortable. When you study history, you'll feel angry. When you study history, you'll feel hatred and anger. If you feel good and proud of yourself after studying history, you haven't been studying history.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I get that.
Yeah.
I get that.
True.
Right.
True.
And I think, like, to that point, what you're saying is, on the flip side of the coin, where they're coming from, their argument is, if we can ignore it long enough, then it will die out. They feel that if you bring up history, then it's going to take those people who are happy and possibly make them upset, or possibly cause, a certain minority of people to feel like, oh, so that's what happened to my forefathers, therefore I must take revenge. Mm-hmm. I was cool all the way up until I found out. And that's like, people could take that argument or they can leave it, but that's what they are saying. And that's what they're claiming. And as you were talking, it reminded me of a movie that Michael B. Jordan had came out with in 2018. And it was called, it's called Fahrenheit 451. And it was about burning books. Books were banned.
I read that book in the 80s.
Yeah, they said that this was a book that was in 1953 that it came out. So I didn't see the movie, but now I'm interested in watching this movie. It's with Michael B. Jordan, and it's called Fahrenheit 451. And I'll just read the log line. It just says here, in a future society where books are banned and burned, a fireman begins to read a secret and discovers an underground rebellion committed to protecting literature.
Mm.
Yep.
Interesting.
Very interesting. Very interesting. So
you want to hear some irony with that
yes,
book?
Please.
I forgot when it was, but there were, I think it was in the 70s maybe. And if somebody knows better, they can certainly chime in and correct me on this. But I believe it was at some point during the 70s, there were some schools in the United States that actually banned that book, Fahrenheit 451. They actually banned a book that was about anti-book burning. I mean, that with all the standards that, we always have to hear about every time it comes around, Catcher in the Rye and blah, 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 blah. And all those books that get banned because people read and it's dangerous. But yeah, Fahrenheit 4. Yeah, I always thought that was ironic. I always thought, did the people that want to ban that, did they read it? I don't think they read the book. I mean, I read it. I don't think they read it.
Yeah.
Hey, Mary asks, how am I doing? I'm doing well. I hope that you're doing well, Sue. Thank you for asking.
Yeah. Yep. So, later on, again, for those who are watching, thank you guys for watching. We're going to be opening up the floor toward the end of the show. But if you can, go ahead, give us a like, leave a comment, and even share. That will help us out tremendously. So,
love shares.
Yeah, we love shares.
We do.
So, we do have a special guest, and it would be not right for me to introduce this special guest, but we're going to leave it up to Chris.
I think it would be awkward for me to introduce the guest.
No.
I don't know. It just seems weird.
It wouldn't.
It just seems weird. It wouldn't seem weird? Okay.
No, it wouldn't seem weird at all.
Well, so as you guys know, I mention the Evendale Cultural Arts Center a lot. And the reason that I do is because, well, I'm married to the director, whatever. But at the same time, that director of the Evendale Cultural Arts Center has been doing some great, wonderful things. And as of the last couple of years, has even added on another building that they're using. And I'm not even going to talk about it. I know Bernard has been in there. He has seen it. It was actually featured in the short film Karma, which won the 48 Hour in 2019. It was actually that the interior of the building was used in that film for one of our scenes. And ladies and gentlemen, it's just time to bring her on so everybody can see and meet her, and we can learn all about what the Evendale Cultural Arts Center is doing for the creative community. Ladies and gentlemen, my wife, Susan Gordy.
Yay! Hold on. We have to get applause on our show. Like, what is wrong?
There we go.
Oh, do I get music or no?
Yeah. You got a little bit of music there. So,
thank you for coming on.
You're welcome. It was quite a trip to get here.
It was, wasn't it? So I don't know. Probably, people probably figured it out. Are they even in the same house right now? Yeah, we are. Yeah. In fact, she can hear me right now as I'm talking because I can hear my echo in another room as I'm speaking. But I'm sure Bernard and Shakina have some questions for you too. But before we get into the questions, could you please just explain to us a little bit about the Evendale Cultural Arts Center, what it does for the creative community, and what you do there?
Well, in a nutshell, the Cultural Arts Center, we were founded over 10 years ago, 2008. And the Village of Evendale had recently reacquired a former school building that's still on their property, 1929. It's a great, beautiful old building, and they were looking for uses for it. And a group of folks in the community wanted an art center. They've got some great recreation facilities there, great swimming pool and things like that, but nothing really catering to the arts. And so they created the Cultural Arts Center. And after a couple of years, as the programs grew, they realized they needed to hire someone. And so I was hired in 2010 to start working there. And since then, we've just grown the program. We've always wanted to, we're really lucky because the Evendale Cultural Arts Center is open to anyone to come in. And so you don't have to be a resident of Evendale. We welcome everybody. We're excited. We're centrally located. We're close to GE. Most people, that's where, if they think Evendale, they're like, where's Evendale? It's close to GE, the big green water tower. And we're just easy to find.
I hate to interrupt you, but Evendale now also has the big the big interstate thing with the big, huge towers. And now it says Evendale. So, I mean, if you miss it, it's kind of your fault.
Yeah.
We feel like now you know where Evendale is. So it's a great facility. We have music lessons. We have performing arts classes and opportunities. We have visual arts. We have exhibits. We have events. We have workshops. you name it. We have a lot of different partners within the city that come and use our facilities, photographers, calligraphers, garden societies, you name it. We like to partner with everyone and see, see what we can offer them. And then a few years ago, we were given the opportunity there was a church adjacent to the Evendale property, kind of almost on our campus, on the village campus there. And they had decided to sell the property. And so the village purchased that property from them with the intent to turn it into a performing arts space. Our building, the original building, the 1929 school building, has a gymnasium in it, but it's not great for performing arts. And so that was why we got the Bell Tower Arts Pavilion, is that second facility. And we just finished in May a 6-month renovation of just half of that space to create a stage and a theater, and it's working out great. It's been amazing. So
awesome.
Nice.
Awesome. So, I mean, we hear a lot about the Cultural Arts Center, but I want to hear about you. Like, why did these people choose you in 2000?
I was just thinking that. How did you?
It's like, you gotta be special. So, to be with Chris, then you gotta be super special. So,
yeah, well,
kind of saintly almost. Yeah.
Right. True that. No, I'm just kidding. Well, we had just recently moved back to the Cincinnati area, and I was looking for employment, and a friend of mine that I worked out with regularly, she had seen the opening come up. And my background is similar to Chris's, where I'm actually more museum administration, history museums, that sort of thing. But one of the things I do well is I grow program. I'm very good at growing programs and making things go. And so when I applied for the job, it's kind of funny because my application was one of the last ones to come in. But that actually kind of, the woman who was gathering the application set it on top of the stack in her van, turned a corner, and it fell off the top of the stack. And they had went through the whole stack. They arranged all their interviews. And the day before the interview started, she cleaned out her van and found my application, read it, called the rest of the commission, and added me on at the last minute, right? Yeah. So, and I mean, I was really nervous. One of the benefits, or one of the things that I think is really strong, is I'm from Evendale. I was born in Sharonville, or kind of in Sharonville for a little bit, but then spent half the rest of my teen years in Evendale. And so I have a real strong affinity for the community. My parents still live there. I love all their neighbors. I love Evendale, and it's a great community. And I think having grown up in it gives you kind of an insider's view of what's going to work and what's not. So I think that was part of the reason why they hired me. And I think they're pretty happy with that.
I think so too. I mean, you're over a decade of being there.
Yeah, for sure.
And still growing, and to see how that church had transformed, because I remember seeing the film, and I went there, and it's a very beautiful place. People, go check it out when you have an opportunity to. But when I walked in, I thought to myself, I said, "This feels familiar. I've never been here before. I know I haven't been here." And then after a second, I forgot who mentioned it, but I think maybe Chris mentioned it, and then I was like, "Yep, this is." I remember seeing this in the film, and it looks completely different. Like,
it does.
The color choice you went with was great. The stage that you extended out the stage and removed some of the pews, it's really amazing. It is a great work, great project.
It's a great space. I'm super excited to see it evolve. And, we had Tippy Toes is one of our partners, and their toddler ballerina classes. They're like, oh my gosh, they're like 18 months to 6 years is the oldest, but the vast majority are like 3 to 5, and they're so adorable. So we had all oh my gosh, it was too crazy. That was one of our openings. And then we also partner with the Tri-County Players, and they did a play called An Inspector Calls in early May. And it was so fun to see that those two very different groups use the facility, and just, we still have some work to do. It's work in progress, but it looks great. Yes, sir. Yes,
was there anybody special in that last play that they did?
It depends on if you read the reviews.
So Sue had a role in that play. They actually asked her to be in the play, What you were maid, Edna?
I was the maid. I was the maid. Edna.
And a fine one.
A fine maid indeed.
A fine maid.
I had like 6 lines, if that. And I worried and fretted, but I remembered them. I didn't mess up my lines. So
that's good. That's good. I understand it can be very, very a lot of pressure.
I have a question if I could just chime in. So 2 questions actually. Being I'm a writer and all of those things. So how would someone who needs that space acquire that space? Like how would we go about, getting in touch with you to, see it and actually, rent it out? And then also, is it exclusively for the use with respect to the arts? Do you all rent it out if people want to do events, or if the space is as beautiful as it sounds? What if other people wanted to use it for other things? How does that work?
So for now, we're really focusing on the arts.
Okay.
And just because we're still kind of coming out of COVID, still trying to get our feet back under us from having been closed and kind of opening back up. So we're kind of trying to do a little bit of a soft start. But we do anything arts related, any writing workshops, anything like that. You can contact me. The Village of Evendale has a website, and we're under recreation. If you go to the recreation tab and click on Cultural Arts Center, there's even a tab on how to create a class at the Cultural Arts Center.
Oh,
and so and that's like step 1, but step 2 is send me an email, call me. I don't know if there's a way to like have my email address out there, but you can actually email me through the website as well. That's probably the best way. Message me on our Facebook page. The Cultural Arts Center is on the Village of Evendale Facebook page, so you can just message me there. And so there's all sorts of ways. Eventually, we will reopen to like rentals and things like that. But for now, we just are just kind of laying low on that.
Okay, good to know.
So you have this. So you have this wonderful stage here. I know that right now there's an acting class going on there. You also have an acting class that's over in the main building, the Evendale Cultural Arts Center main building over there. And then I know that there's somebody that's going to have a play done there, I think in August.
Yes.
As well.
Yes.
How quickly do you think this stage is going to get booked? I mean, because people are slowly finding out about it, and already there are many nights out of the week now, if I'm not mistaken, that it's being used like right now. Like as we speak. So how quickly do you think it's going to get to the point where, man, you got to get your name in, and you've got to, if you're wanting to use this, if you're wanting to do something there, you got to get a hold of Sue now. How quickly do you think that's going to happen?
I would think in the next 3 to 6 months, it's going to pick up. As soon as the performing arts are picking up really fast. There's still some hesitation, but more people are coming out. And we don't have any restrictions now. So I have a meeting next week. The Tri-County Players will announce their season, their fall and spring season here within the next few weeks, and then we do have a play scheduled in August. And we'll also have the Cultural Arts Center. We'll present some programs, mostly concerts or lectures or things like that. Or if people have suggestions, I'm open for suggestions. I really want to do a poetry slam. I am like,
oh, that'd be cool.
Poetry slam. Yeah. So there's some things that that we'll generate in house programming wise. But yeah, I suspect folks will be knocking on our doors. We also have to put in a plug. We do have acting classes at the Cultural Arts Center, but we also have youth acting classes. Next week, we have a musical theater camp that's going to be super fun. That's at the Bell Tower at the new building. And then this fall, we will have acting classes for children after school, too. And we have a ukulele camp coming up.
A what?
Well. A ukulele camp.
Oh, that's
ukuleles.
Ukuleles
wow.
for kids.
All right.
Oh, is it just for kids?
Yeah, sorry.
Man,
grades 2 through 6.
I was gonna take a ukulele.
I can
go
see
to
you
the
doing
camp,
it, Chris. I can see it happening.
and then I was gonna do a live performance on the show. Me and my ukulele
Just rocking out.
Tinky dinky dink dinky 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 dink dink dink.
Oh my God.
Thanks for the link. That's the link.
Yes.
Yeah, that is the link. Also, too, I think later this month with Vaslav, or AKA Jerry,
Yes.
he's having an event as well on the 30th.
Yes. Oh my gosh. So he's gonna do this improv arena. So, and I know Bernard's going to be there. I know Chris Gordy's going to be there. I know there's several other fans of the show that are going to be there battling it out for the best improv, right? In Greater Cincinnati. And I think that's Friday, July 30th. I don't recall the time right off the top of my head, but I know it's on our website, and I know, I think Vaslav has an Eventbrite page set up for tickets. So,
I think tickets for that are $10 or something like that. Yeah.
Tickets are $10. Being like $10.
Yeah. Where else can you get that sort of entertainment? I mean, $10 is nothing for live entertainment.
No,
especially and the lights that we're going to see.
You get to watch some people on stage sweat it out.
Yes.
Acting to things that they don't know what they're going to be acting to until a second before they have to do it for you.
Yes. Right then there on the spot.
Right there. Right then and there. I mean, they could look at Vaslav, they could look at Bernard and I and say, all right, father, son, go.
We're doing it.
Doctor, patient, make it funny, go.
Yep. DMV, make it dramatic.
Make it dramatic, go.
Oh, nice.
And you've got 30 seconds.
Who decides? Is that Vaslav deciding? Does he call the shots?
Yeah, he pretty much does. Yeah, he's very abusive that way.
He likes it.
Oh yeah, he does. He does.
He gets a kick out of it. So
yeah.
He's been really great.
Who wouldn't get a kick out of telling a bunch of actors on a stage to do something that's basically entertaining you? I mean, I would love to be entertained for 2 hours by a bunch of actors who say, no, I want you to do this.
He's a puppet master.
Yeah. Guys, just go out and do that.
Yeah.
Entertain me. No, but for $10, man, that is nothing. Oh, what, Sue?
Well,
I know what that means.
Well, because I just thought of something. So we've got Vaslav's thing at the end of the month, and I'm hoping to announce another play that's coming in August that I think we'll have more details. I'll be able to let y'all know next week. But on August 6th, Friday, August 6th from 6 to 9 p.m., we're featuring a blockbuster Cincinnati artist exhibit at the Cultural Arts Center. It's part of we have a big art party every year that is just kind of a celebration of the arts and an open house. But this exhibit is called Holding the Line, and it's traditional artists with contemporary vision. So they're Greater Cincinnati artists that are crazy talented. We have Jimmy Jones, we have Cedric Michael Cox, we have David Mueller, we have Karen Heavenstreet, Jan Boone, C.F. Payne. So we've got this great mix of artists and styles. It's going to be fantastic. And so I do want to get the word out on that. That's maybe not on the website yet, but it is coming up. It is coming right up
first.
Yes. And then
that's right. Everybody got to hear about all these great artists here first. Thank you.
Yeah, sorry. Well, it's amazing. Like there's even more. There's just, it's a great show, and it's Jimmy Jones won. If you guys should look at Jimmy, Jimmy's work is fantastic. He's just an amazing artist, and he won our fine art exhibit this last year. And if you win the fine art exhibit out of like 80 artists, the best painting out of 140 paintings, you get to have your own show. And it was the second time he won. So he said, I don't need it to be about me all the time. He said, I want to gather all these people that I respect and that I, enjoy their work and get them together. And so he's coordinated all this.
Cool.
And he's just, he's amazing. So definitely check Jimmy out. He's very cool.
Nice.
Sweet.
Nice.
So Susan, I have a question / possible suggestion.
Yes.
Will there ever be a moment in the future where there could possibly be independent films shown there? Because of the screen. It's like it's church pews, guys. Like there's church pew seating there. So it's like the rows are already set up to be like a movie theater, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
do you know anyone, Bernard, that could help me coordinate an independent film festival?
I don't really think we know anybody. I mean,
where are we going to find that? Where are we going to find that?
You know, I think what we need to do is we need to tap into the local cinema crowd.
Right.
God knows who they are. Bunch of freaks, probably.
I know, right?
A handful of them.
Yeah.
That would be fantastic. I'm working this week on our audiovisual, on setting all that up and trying to figure out what our best needs are. So I may be in touch because I'm not exactly sure. I would want to do a film festival, but I'm not sure what kind of screen do we need.
Really big, really big screen.
Right.
Like Omnimax.
I think Chris and Shakina, well, I know Shakina for sure, she knows the type of screens that I have. I have 2 huge screens.
I've not seen your screens.
Yeah, they're like 6, I think it's like 9 by 12 screens, and I don't use them at all. Like I haven't used them.
Are they standalone? Are they like standalone screens?
Yeah, and you can tear them down and you can set them back up.
Nice. Okay, we'll talk.
About, like a few minutes to do that. But I'm saying that because I would love to bring one of them by, and that way you can kind of see it in like real time, what in person, in space, what it looks like.
That would be awesome. Yes, I would. Yeah, we're up for it. So yeah, we need to do a northeastern suburb film festival. That sounds really boring. So we'll have to work.
Yeah, I don't know. It seems like all the film festivals are kind of centrally located downtown. Like there really aren't that many on the outskirts. So, and we're on the outskirts here.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah, one of the only other. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying that people will travel for it. I mean, like a lot of the filmmakers are not really like downtown based. They're like spread throughout, like as far as, and so I think that will be a definite time gas saver for people who are out there who are like 30 minutes away from being downtown and be like, hey, I can travel 20 minutes, 15, 10 even to go see some local films. That would be great. Because we are starving. We're starving for a location. I'm not gonna lie. Like we have these talks from time to time where we're like, I want to show it on the big screen in the theaters, but the theaters cost an arm and a leg.
Yeah, they do.
To get in. So you have the audience.
Yes. Okay, we will definitely talk. Sweet. I'm excited.
We can make it. We can make it like a multi-night event, like more than one evening.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. We even have a popcorn maker. I'm just saying.
Popcorn, ladies and gentlemen, and a movie. You know what? We just gave a whole bunch of people out there a date night idea. And you know what? You're welcome, everybody. You're welcome. And we're going to tell you when this is. You're going to buy. Yes, you are. Don't look away from me. You're going to buy a ticket for you and your date.
Yep.
Going to come by and you're going to have some popcorn and
have fun.
A soda. You're going to have fun.
You're going to like it.
You're gonna.
I don't think they have a choice at this point.
No, they really don't.
Not with Chris.
No, they don't. No. I will stand there and threaten people until they begin to have a good time.
He's kidding. We don't need to go back to Facebook jail for now. Violent, whatever the heck they'll come up with in this.
No, we're not infringing on anyone's little copyrights tonight.
Yeah, or intellectual properties like that.
No,
happen, folks.
This isn't hate speech or acts of violence. Nothing like that.
No,
you just better show up.
No, none of us have hated or shown anything that isn't ours. I guess, is that how you want to say that? I don't know.
Ours, yeah,
yeah, it's, yeah. Intellectually,
yep.
I don't know.
Now we're tiptoeing. Doesn't feel the same. Just be ourselves.
Well, Sue, thank you for coming on tonight.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for having me. It's been really super fun.
Nice to meet you.
Nice meeting you.
And again, the information is down there at the bottom. EvendaleOhio.org/cultural-arts Arts-Center. Go check it out, and we hope to see you in the place.
Good.
All right.
All
and
right.
I'll see you in about 15 minutes, Sue.
Right.
So cute.
Love you. Bye.
Oh,
That was awesome.
that's so
It was.
cute.
Well, it's a great place.
Yeah, that sounds amazing. I definitely want to check that out. Definitely.
Yeah, she's done so much with that place. And what's cool is I always love going in there in an afternoon when she's at work, and you go in there, sit down, you can have coffee with her in the office, and you don't know what you're going to hear coming out of the next rooms. You could hear somebody trying to play a piano in a room. You could hear somebody down the hall taking singing lessons. You hear somebody taking drum lessons way down on the first floor. You never know what it is that you're going to hear when you're there, because it's the arts. And so it's great. You're in there and you get to just be a part of the arts, and you can just feel all the emotion that's just tied up with learning how to play music, learning how to vocalize yourself like that. It's really just cool.
Oh, and then Susan just said backstage, she said that we have a circus group in the gym as well.
She does. She does.
That is
I think that if a married couple can actually start off a conversation by saying, oh, hey, by the way, those circus people, I think that's the most fascinating thing you could start a conversation with. Because a lot of times, Sue will come home and I'll say, hey, what's going on? Well, the circus people. And I'm like, oh, yeah, were they there today? Yeah.
Never a dull moment.
Yeah, they were there. So, yes, you can take circus classes in the old original gym in the downstairs of the main building.
That's so funny.
Not where the stage is, but in the other main building. Yeah, you can do that.
That's just so funny. So, like, if there's someone somewhere right now, like, man, I want to grow up. When I grow up, I want to join the circus. It's a thing.
You can learn. They will teach you how to juggle.
It's a thing.
They will teach you how to ride a unicycle. I don't know if you guys have seen this, like in Cirque du Soleil. They have the big round things that they hang on to, and they do these weird, like, They teach that as well. They've even got some of those down there. That art form where it's the long pieces of fabric that hang down. And you wrap yourself up. They teach you. They teach you that too.
I want to go there for that only. I don't want the other stuff. Just
all kinds of stuff there, and I think it's pretty cool. Every time I go through there, because there's also you actually have to go through their little class if you're taking drum lessons, you have to go through their class to actually get to the guy who's teaching drum, Chris Ellison, and I'll go around and I'll because the boy is taking drum right now, and so I'll go down there with him, and I actually get to sit there and watch people practice their circus while I'm waiting for his drum lesson. It's pretty cool. I love the Art Center. I think it's pretty. I think it's an awesome asset.
Nice. It's good to know something like that exists. Honestly, you don't want that type of stuff to die out. So
no, you don't.
That's great.
Keep the arts alive.
Please.
Thank you very much, Evendale. So before we get out of here, we got about a few minutes left, and we're going to touch on this topic: the Olympics banning swim caps designed for protecting Black people's hair. So this happened about maybe a week ago, where there is a company that's called Soul Cap that designed these caps for women, basically of color and have coarse hair, and a lot of it, I should say, to be able to take its stuff up in the swim cap so they can go swimming.
Okay.
And I'll show you a picture of what that looks like while I talk a little bit more about this craziness. But this is what the cap looks like, and as you can see, with the wine color cap, it's not the typical shape for swim caps that we are used to seeing, but it's a necessity to be able to have that much hair stored away somewhere. And it's not like I forget what number it is. I think it's like C1 hair. It's a lot thinner. It's more like a tube, and it when it's wet, it can lay down a lot easier compared to like a C3, I think, type hair, where it's like it's coarse and it's curly, and it can keep up when, especially if it gets wet. So you can see even on the right hand side, that's not the shape of her head. Obviously, her hair is stuffed up in there. So
thank you for pointing that out. I was concerned for her health for a minute, but no, that must be her hair.
Has to be her hair, and it also kind of reminds me of the Coneheads. I think that was Dan Aykroyd.
Yes,
movie from 1980.
Jane Curtin was in on that. Yep, Lorraine Newman.
Yes,
was in there. Yep.
Great film. But anyway, I digress. So these people who are wearing these caps, they have been frowned upon by the Olympics, saying that we're going to ban them. For what reason? I don't know. But people are complaining. People were complaining last week, saying, "Hey, this is not going to give them swimming enhancements. If anything, it's going to prohibit them from swimming any faster, because it's not like how some people do where they cut their hair off. The resistance, but these people, as you can see, they have a disadvantage, and somehow they're still being saying, you know what, we're not going to allow it. So they suffer some backlash, and now they're being reviewed once again. So
is it? Well, let me ask you: is it the internet? Is it some kind of international swim team board that said this, or is it just one country that has banned their players from wearing them?
This was for like the Tokyo Olympics.
Okay, so it's more or less an international.
Yes, it's the international board
thing. And then my next question is, who knew that they had like a standard issue swim cap?
I don't know. Gordy, I'm just as lost as you are.
I mean, I don't see what the problem is. I mean, I think that you can walk into any home in America and see a Black woman that looks like that when she wakes up in the morning. I just makes me think of somebody fresh out of the bed, just going to go, make some breakfast or on their way to sleep. I don't see what the problem
or they're going to swim some laps.
Or, and I think, we can state the obvious. Wow, why are you doing this? Or make it why y'all hating on Black people type thing. But I just think make it make sense. Like if it serves the same purpose, then why does it matter how it looks? I know for myself as a Black woman, just because, you go to the Olympics, you don't have to cut off all your hair to be able to, you know what I mean? So I think that, like you said, Chris, I mean, if there's a regulation regarding this, please get the rule book out, please.
Right.
Old version. Don't update it real quick and release it.
Yeah.
It was old.
I mean, if there was already a rule in place that just maybe, let's face it, none of us are really up to date on our rules and regulations of Olympic swim.
Fact.
Yeah, I mean,
Olympic anything.
I don't really know. So yeah, I mean, it would be. I'd still go whatever about it. But if they had already a pre-existing rule that said thou shalt wear a cap that covers the head this way,
not thou,
and it has to sit in a certain fashion form, okay. I wouldn't know. I don't do that.
Yeah.
So
I think these are one of the arguments I would sit out of, just because it's so stupid. Like there's other things that we could be talking about. There are more important things going on. It's just okay. And I know, like I said, obviously that one will argue the point that, oh, you're doing this as something against Black people. That's definitely something that I know is being said, but I'm just swimming caps, really?
And I'm just going to throw this in here, a little wrench in their machine. So they don't like those caps, and they're going to ban the caps. But you know what they won't ban? Really bad swimsuits that accentuate parts that none of us want to have accentuated, and they stand there at the. You all know what I'm talking about.
Thanks,
They've done it before.
Thank you,
Chris.
Oh, I think everybody knows what I'm talking about. And they'll stand there, and then they'll get out of the pool, and then we're all like, oh, come on. And nope, we got to look at. We won't ban that, though.
Well,
I don't know what to say.
Mhm.
I don't know what to say. It's all ridiculous to me. I feel that, you know what?
Yeah, it's like, why are we
swim your tush off. As long as you don't have flippers on, as long as you don't have floaties on, then it's like
I would love
them on the jetpack. Maybe they're afraid they have little motors in it or something that's going to give them an advantage. I don't know.
I would love for somebody to jump in with just swim trunks and flippers, and then like the little goggle,
No, they have to
snorkel.
stretch first. They have to be so extra, like
Yeah, they got the little snorkel and masks, and they
and
just doggy paddle the whole. Oh my gosh! It was like, come on,
imagine that.
Come on. There are bigger things to concern ourselves with than swim caps, like Olympics. Like, y'all, that's petty. Stop it.
Here's the scary thing, though. This is now becoming history. This is now canon to our history, which is why it's so important to not ban critical race theory, because I was
going to say, don't just white it out.
Well, wait, I mean, because it's like how Chris was saying again, that old saying, if we don't, it's like if you don't have our history, then it's like we're going to repeat the same mistake, So it's like we just can't brush this underneath the rug and be like, well, they just banned it and whatever, or they tried to ban it and whatever, it's gone. Like, no, that should be like down in the record books. Like, these people, list their names and address, social security numbers. These people were out to destroy the minority that's participating in the Olympics. Period. Like, call it what it is.
But it can only be proven if that rule actually isn't written somewhere.
That's what I don't want the old book.
That rule does not exist.
We don't know.
The reason why I know it doesn't exist. Here's the reason. I'm about to prove right now. It doesn't exist because for the longest, Black people, and still to this day, do not real swim. We were not in the Olympics. And therefore, everybody that was before us, people of color, there were nobody that had hair problems when it came to wearing a swim cap. Name one person who was, white, Asian, or Greek, who said, I need a bigger swim cap because I have too much hair.
See, when you said, hey, Chris, I'm going to prove to you that it doesn't say that in the rule book, I thought for sure you were actually going to do the obvious thing, and that is to hold up a copy of the rule book to say, Chris, I read, it is not. Those look like tax forms. To hold up the book and actually say, again, I can't be a pundit about this because I don't know all the facts.
And here's the interesting thing. I'll say it because I'm Black. He almost like played on that little thing, like Black people don't swim anyway type thing. Like
he totally stereotyped everyone while trying to make an argument.
Like, Black people don't swim anyway. Like, this wasn't the thing till Black people start learning how to swim. Like, get yourself together, V. Knock that off.
Am I lying though, Shakina? Am I lying?
Swim.
No, because you know how it is with Black people. Black people be like, I can't mess my hair. My hair gonna get kinky.
Oh wow.
I'm just saying. I'm just putting out. I'm putting out the facts. Chris, I'm putting out facts.
Look at Chris. It's like, I can't join this conversation.
Chris, I'm not trying to get you in trouble, but I'm just stating facts.
I don't feel that I'm the one in trouble at all.
It's all you, right?
No,
it's all me.
I'm actually, it's him. Yep. I'm actually as comfortable as can be sitting here in the middle. Again, being that filling that I always am. I'm quite comfortable being in the sandwich. But no, again, it's like I can't give, like, there's an opinion about it, but I say, okay, here's what we do.
Okay.
Before next week, let's at least each of us take time out of our busy lives.
No.
I know we're all busy.
No.
Yep.
And at least try to Google.
Nope.
Very simply, just, okay, Shakina won't. No. She's already made up her mind.
Ah, Kina.
just to Google
do you
rule
want me to
book.
lie and say, yeah, I'm going to take time out of my life to
I
go?
would like for you to say, at least I would try.
I'm not going to lie to you and say that I'm going to apply myself to that process. I think that it's pointless. Number one, it's pointless. And then two, on the flip of that, if you are, I don't know, listen, if you train for the Olympics and you're coming there and you're showing up, little black girl, little black woman, put some cornrows in your hair and put on the cap they want you to put on and whoop everybody's tail. That's what you do. You take your weave out the week before. You braid your hair back. You put on a little cap and you whoop everybody's tail. Because at the end of the day, people are not going to stop trying to find ways to try to stop you. So the thing is, you don't cry about the obstacles they try to put in your way. You tell them, all right, that's what you want from me. I'm going to take my wig off. I'm going to take my weave out. I'm going to put on your little cap and I'm going to dust everybody. Because at the end of the day, nobody respects somebody who just cries about being attacked. But when you show up and you kick everybody's butt, then they're going to see that this little stuff they're trying to put in your way don't matter. So what I'm saying is, I'm not about to waste my time looking up their little rules about this little dumb swim cap. No, I'm not going to do it.
I'm going to do it.
Go ahead.
Y'all do it. No, I believe exactly. I believe in everything that you just said, and I agree with you. I'm still going to look it up because now I think it's out of my own curiosity now.
That's cool.
Now I actually want to know.
Like I got half a dozen kids and businesses. I don't care about the swim cap.
Have one of your kids do it for you.
I can do like summer school. You're not doing anything.
You know what? Today we're going to learn the history of swim caps.
Swim cap regulation.
No, we're not doing it right now, Bernard. Don't be doing that.
There you go. But I still want there to be time to be for people to be able to chime in or talk. So are we able to look at it quick or?
Well, let's give a couple minutes for people if they have something they want to chime in and say.
Okay. Yes.
Then I got to scat. I got to go.
Okay.
Go. All right. I mean, earlier I did promise my wife I'd see her in about 15 minutes.
You did.
I did.
You did.
I did. I said that live. I was on the air.
Yep.
Okay. Well,
now I'm being made a liar.
Let's give you a proper send off, and then we'll be back. All right, Chris.
Yes.
Wow.
All right. Yep. So Chris is. All right, and we're back. And Chris is still here.
Chris.
I didn't even know what the hell you were doing.
He gave you exit music and everything.
I gave you the proper send off.
I'm gonna end the show with you guys.
Oh.
I thought we were gonna have a couple minutes for people to chime in.
Oh.
Okay. Well, look. let's do that real quick, and then
JK.
The next 2 minutes, if you guys have something that you guys want to say, first to talk about, comment, we want to hear from you, our audience.
Or if you have comments on anything that we talked about tonight. I don't know if you said that I couldn't hear you. Yeah.
Or if you have comments just, about us in general,
Yeah. You can have a comment about us. We just get to have comments back.
Yeah. You have to be prepared,
Yep. Because it could turn into a roast.
Good.
Ooh. Really, we're not gonna roast our viewers. We wouldn't do that.
I'm just saying, like, you guys can roast me. I'm always a good roast.
I have always thought that it would be actually kind of fun to be in a roast.
Not me. You know why?
What?
Let me tell you why. Because the things it makes me think that the things that people say at a roast is really what they felt about you the whole time. This was just a perfect opportunity for them to say it. So it's just like, you're not my friend. You're not to be trusted. You've been thinking this. You didn't just sit down and write this for this moment. You've been thinking about this. Yeah.
Elaine said, she says here,
I wish I joined earlier. Maybe next time.
You can catch it on the replay. It'll be
you can. You can get on the replay on Facebook or on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
We're on either. If you click subscribe on YouTube, and the
little notification bell.
And the little bell.
Yep.
You'll get a notification, and YouTube will actually tell you when the Slanted Brow Show is going to be on. And
no
then
matter
we'll
when
love
you
to see
showed
it.
up, though, we're glad you came. So thanks for being here.
It's great to have you here.
Yep.
Let's see. We didn't miss any comments, right?
No, I think this is
wait. And then, but Josh said, "Hey, friends, I didn't see anything else, but hey, Josh, always nice to have you."
Hi, Josh.
We always, you know what? Have you noticed that our viewers are like super shy? Every time we open the floor, they're like really, really quiet, except for a few. But that's okay. Everybody isn't a talker, or may not want to be, seen, and that's cool.
You know what we should do some night?
What's that?
Just for shiggles, see if we can get away with it. Is we should actually sit here and say, you know what?
For shiggles?
Yes.
I know exactly what that is.
Oh, yeah. It's for something and giggles. So we should say, we really want to hear from you. So, we've talked for like 20 minutes. We're going to stare at the camera for the next 5 minutes in total silence. Somebody better say something.
Facebook will just start rolling our credits. They'll come up with that orange. They're like,
credits start rolling up.
This has been a live broadcast.
Slanted Brow was recorded in front of a live studio audience.
Oh my gosh. That's so funny. I don't know. Oh, well, I don't know. It can't get in too much of a conversation, but since we were talking about the Olympics, we were talking about the young lady who was suspended because of marijuana being found in her system. Just touch on that really quickly. Like, I didn't even know that marijuana was still illegal, period. I thought everybody opened it up. So I was like, what's the big deal? So much she was high. So it's half of the population. No, okay. But
all of our listeners who are living in Ohio right now, that is incorrect.
Really?
Please do not go out and get
your
smoke on.
I thought it was legal, and it was just the weed ticket.
You have
Let
to
me go hide my stash. I'm kidding. I don't smoke.
In Ohio, you have to have a prescription.
Medical. Okay.
It has to be from a legitimate doctor, ladies and gentlemen, not your neighbor who's pretty sure they know what you need. No.
Nope.
It's got to be. Can't be mom or dad. It's got to be a doctor. So yeah.
Well, thanks, Chris, for saving people.
Yet again.
You know what? I need that little star that says "The more you know."
Yeah.
Do. Hey kids, marijuana is still illegal.
Me, people would have been lit tonight. Like, thank you, God, I needed a break.
Like what?
Kids, marijuana for recreational use is still illegal in Ohio. Do.
Then God forbid I get in trouble and have to do a PSA. Like, drugs are harmful. Next page, like they do the next one, and I have to turn to the camera like, and it's not a good thing to do. Thank you for saving us all of that type of trouble. Yeah. Whatever.
What I'm here for.
Thanks, Chris. Well, seems like they're quiet, and it's 10:09, so.
Yeah, let's go ahead and call it a wrap, shall we?
Do that.
It's a wrap.
Thanks for being here, everybody. Thanks for the comments. Thanks for tuning in, and we will be back next week, same time.
We love you all. Thank you for being here.
Yes.
They still got it on marijuana.
Music? Are we sad?
Are we sad?
No.
Let's play some sad music.
Right. It's like nobody wanted to talk to us. We're not
all
sad.
by myself. Don't want to be.
I'm not joining that. Hilarious.
And now it's a sad ending for another episode of Slanted Brow Show.
That was perfect, Chris.